Hi, the TAKful Creator here. Okay, let's get started. May God the Creator bless us. May God the Redeemer heal us. May God the Holy Spirit enlighten us. Give us eyes to see, ears to hear, and hands to do the work of God. Feet to walk the path of justice, and mouths to preach the good news. May the angel of peace, prosperity, love, guidance, grace, humbleness, meditation, self-care, love again, and peace watch over us. Lead us to the reign of God. Ashe. All right, so we can already tell. It's one of the reasons why the prayer was like that. We can already tell there's so many messages that is coming out. And of course, at the top, Pisces energy. So let's figure out, for one, why we have all these messages here. So let's see, what do we have written so far? Pisces, a welcome known guest, something with a phone. Beginning a new cycle and taking a leap of faith. They're being chipper or trying to keep, and I say trying to keep the best outlook because they're wavering in thought, most likely pushing on the believing in the positivity, right? Even though the positivity is there, their anxiety and stress may be, taken away from that. So the chipper and chipped is them being happy because there's some huge turnaround that's happening, right? Some huge turnaround from whatever stagnant or aggressive energy that was around, which is great. That transformation or that translation, the transformative fashion of you moving from one hurdle to the next hurdle is beautiful, because there's a sense of completion with the productivity, but you already know that you're beginning a new cycle. And so in this new cycle, you're taking the information from that previous cycle to prepare you. So even though it's a beginning cycle, you don't have that beginning cycle vibe to you. And that's what I think is awesome about this huge turnaround from this stagnant or regressive energy, right? Something dealing with a Cancer student, most likely, or a student dealing with Cancer highly aspected in their chart, or having to deal with the positive attributes of what a Cancer brings to the table, which would be like the goose, if you were thinking animal totems or animal symbols, right? So if you want to Google that. But yeah, it's just that, think of Mother Goose type of thing. So then we have the sacred space, either your body, altar, temple, land. So maybe this Pisces Cancer energy offer themselves the self-care I was talking about in the prayer. They offer themselves that self-care, right? Treated their vessel like a secret space, only put in certain things that would bring it a higher vibration, listen to things that would bring it a higher vibration, planned and prepared so that the divine can see their hope comes with action, right? I.e., that is faith. So they're preparing themselves. And I'm not getting like a physical temple. I'm definitely getting like their body, the altar, the land, blessing, like the area in which they have to thrive. Okay, so that could be paying homage to their home, or that could be paying homage to a certain landmark. That could be paying homage to a waterfront. That could be paying homage to a job or a profession for allowing the opportunity for a wish to be affirmed. Not a wish to be believed in, making a wish, but a wish to be affirmed, right? However, there's some evidence that's needed. And I think that comes from this whole guest or kids bedroom thing. So it's like, this path in life is good, but is it going to bring that idea of a legacy, right? So is this job ideal for the person I want to be, or the person they want to be in a certain time frame, because they're beginning this new cycle, just most likely at this job or maybe in a relationship. So is this where I see myself 10 times better in the next cycle? Will I be bringing this into the next cycle with me? We have to understand, because this bedroom kid/guest is, will it be inviting for more? Will this multiply? Will this grow? Type of thing. Evidence is necessary. And why is this evidence is necessary? Because we as a collective are obviously wanting to be just and balanced, but we it's most likely the balance part for me, because not everyone gets that jurisdiction to where you can judge, you can offer your opinion, and that opinion be the deciding factor. Not everyone gets that. Okay, no problem, whatever. So what can everyone thriving naturally without putting so much work in. A balanced energy. And let me describe that first. Not balanced as you move as one entity, right? One thought process, and you're staying consistent with that, and that is your authenticity. We're not saying that. We're saying here with this Gemini energy, there is one version of you, kind of like the devil on your shoulder, and then another version of you, kind of like the angel on your shoulder. And these different versions of you have a whole outlook, whole personality, her whole persona, and it's the teamwork between them that offers the balance. So at any given time, the scale could tip on, like, with the bad energy, and now you are someone's karma, or it could tip with the good energy, and now you are giving and offering positivity and miracles and stuff to others. So it's like, which side do you want to be on? And it's often dictated with the environment that you're in or the evidence that you're given. Okay, so just know that this energy that we're talking about is most likely someone who is over 40, someone who is a little bit more seasoned experience. So maybe they're not over 40, maybe they're younger than 40, but they have a lot of work experience at this job, or they have a lot of personal experience with this hobby or talent that they have, or they're an old soul in a young body. Okay, that's what I'm sensing from here. It doesn't always have to be like physical age and maturity. I'm getting that in some dynamics, yes, the person is over 40 and they also have all these other attributes, but regardless, this person is more mature than our other energies that we can attach to Gemini, Pisces, and Cancer. Okay, this is the more mature aspect of them. And I am not, saying anything negative about, the signs. Okay, me personally, not saying anything negative about them. However, there is both positive and negative. There is both the good and bad, both the divine and karmic within each sign, and is what you would like to show up as. Why? Because everything has a lesson. In order for you to see the good, you have to understand the bad, yin and yang. In order for you to not be able to, dwell in the bad, you have to see the benefits of the good. So it's like boom, 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 boom. Figure out where you lie on that chart. If you're more in the confirmation, if you're more in the chosen energy, then you don't really have to worry about, you're talking about the signs negatively. No. If you're in the karmic energy, that's what you care about. Because even the chosen energy is like, if you're saying that I show up in this way, and it's negative and it's attached to an imbalance within this sign, all I have to do is go back to that sign, see where the balance is, and then do that. It's very simple for a divine person whose perspective is growing and evolving. Okay, so now we see that there's someone that needs to go to a doctor. So before we really interpret this in any other way, let's see if we need to view it in the physical sense, okay, or in the literal sense rather. Hi, divine. Can you show me no? Thank you. Yes, thank you. And that we're on the right track. Much appreciated. Okay, so someone has to go to a doctor, correct? No, it's something dealing with a doctor. This person is so knowledgeable. Confirmation. This person is so knowledgeable that they appear to have had some kind of training or schooling, but then being a doctor or medicine or something like that. Are we talking about a nurse? Someone actually going to school for this? No. Are we talking about a checkup? No. Okay, but if any of those, because I'm still being called to verbally say it. So if you haven't done this in a while, please go and do so. But yes, I'm gauging here that this energy that is so mature, they're so mature and in their overall experience, they're so well-rounded that they're showing up as if they're a doctor. Period. It's done. Whatever they said, you prescribe to whatever advice or suggestion they offered, even if it was homeopathic, whether it had anything to do with modern day medicine or not. Okay, so you humored them, took on, their suggestion, opinion, advice, whatever you want to call it, and it worked for you. You did this on a consistent basis and it's still working for you. They're seeing the benefit of how you're expressing your knowledge from your experiences. Okay? Why? Because there's some kind of arrested development that was going on. This arrested development was mental. It was mental and emotional. Okay? And why do we say it was mental and emotional? Because we have a numerology swap. So in this arrested development, there's going to be other things that transpire from it. But what is this arrested development letting us know? We can see that with some numbers. Okay, I'm already gauging a 333, so if that comes out, you know, just know I said it first. Just messing. But gauging 333, recognizing help as it comes, and in a trilogy, adding up to 9, we see that we need to be real about the situation. We need to see that there's endings happening, new beginnings happening, and the divine is around to assist you if need be. They're already saying that you have all the resources that you need in order to truly tackle whatever quest you're about to be on, right? But just know that, like, if you have doubt, if you have some kind of question, if you need additional guidance, like, they're there to assist you. Okay, but that's what I'm gauging by the 33 that just randomly popped up in my mind. Okay, so we have 97, 100, 7, 3, and the 56. Okay, so instead of 333, we have the 3 and we have a 9. So we'll leave that alone. If we took out more numbers, maybe we have a 33. I don't know. But okay, so for right now, we have 100. We have 1 asking for help. Is the number of leadership, is the number of divine order. So this is how things begin. This is, again, numerically indicating a beginning cycle, right? But specifically about being arrested, this arrested development. Now, we said that this arrested development is mental or physical, is mental and emotional, not quite physical. However, because it's mental and emotional, it can very well manifest in the physical. How do we know this? Okay, because the next card out is the police popo involved with a criminal or crime. Okay, so this arrested development could say that because you're not thinking properly, because you're not asking your guides at the 333, remember that's they're around you, recognize help. Where is this 3? Where are you, 3? Oh, the 3 disappeared off the board. Okay, so I guess we recognize the help that, you know, is necessary, right? So the 333 recognizing help when it comes, like, seeing that a situation doesn't call for you to choose poorly. It even though you may have lack, it's calling you to choose the higher road, the road less traveled. Okay, why? Because you have these zeros here, which is infinity. You have the divine presence, that spiritual your spiritual guards, right? Your spiritual guardians that are around you to not only assist you if you need help, but to instruct you, to navigate the world so that it kind of pushes in your direction, because they see that you're open to learning and this is the process in which you learn. So it's going to happen in a way that is not too heavily involved. Only if you attack this problem, this quest, from an earnest standpoint, right? Because why? We have this 7, which is praise, understanding that this is for your highest good. Okay, understanding that there's some kind of ethereal balance that's happening. The 3D is meshing with the 5D and working in union. There's some kind of divine order that's between them. Okay, which means you have to trust. Just revolving around, things are unfolding. You need to let it unfold in the way that it needs to unfold. Even if there's a potential in your head for the popo or a crime, then you need to shy away from that option. You need to move forth with the option that's going to be better suited for a future you see yourself in confidently. Okay, and that's where we get by the 5 and the 6. The 5, which is obey the change that is imminent, that is on its way to you, and do so knowing that your material life will be altered, hopefully, you know, for your benefit, but with faith for your benefit, right? If you are respecting this arrested development and understanding where your mindset is right now, and then paying attention to that and tethering that so that it doesn't unfold physically with other things in your life trying to attack you. Okay, so this 56 that we have here, equaling out to 11, is facing yourself. It is understanding what your task is, what your role is, and showing up in that way, in that light, without anyone else expressing the expectation for you, the standards for you, any feedback or criticism. That is not necessary, because you are showing up in the light that you're supposed to show up in. It doesn't matter what anyone else says, because internally you've already attached yourself to your highest timeline, your highest guide. So what can anyone else tell you outside of their validating what you already know internally? Okay, that is pure alignment, and that's what we're getting here. Face yourself so that you can make sure that you are in pure alignment. Now we have this 97. Oh, another confirmation here. Now we have this 97, where the 9 is, as we said before, be real. It's the culmination of that 333 energy, where acknowledge everything as it is. Have the awareness, see the good, see the bad, understand what's happening, because that understanding, that awareness is what's going to propel you in this next cycle. Okay, this next cycle of trusting in the divine, trusting that life is going to unfold for you in a way that benefits not only you as a person, your vessel, but you as a spirit, you as a mind, you as a manifester in the 3D, you as an AI in someone else's life, because everyone's just like, oh, you must be a bot, you must be a bot. Well, everybody's a bot if you believe, whatever you believe. So even if you're a bot in someone else's story, you're playing your role the way that you're supposed to play your role. Okay, to where no one else can really say, maybe they should have been doing something else. No. No one says, oh, that crackhead should have been a doctor. No, they excuse the stereotype behind that. But no, they say if this is the life they chose, then they're showing up how they show up. Okay, now if you were out here quacking like a duck, then we would be like, oh, you could do something else, type of thing. Don't quack like a duck. There must be someone out here that enjoys quacking. Stop it. It's not cute. It's just weird. Okay, so then we have this 97 energy paired with the 94. So not only do we have this be real, taking all the lessons that you can possibly take in based on your personal experience, which means what the spiritual life is telling you and what everyone else around you is showing you. Okay, but then we have this 94, which is signaling you also have to listen. So if there is some criticism or feedback that is offered, be open to it, because it's most likely the divine working its way into a vessel to give you finite, detailed information so that you can spring forward a lot quicker, because they're rewarding you. And a lot of people think feedback and criticism is a way to deter you. I'm the type of person that I wouldn't say anything to you if I didn't care. If I didn't care, if it didn't make something better, I'm not the type to talk to you about it. If I don't feel like you're a good person, really, I'm not going to be like, oh, let me help you be a good person. No. You have to show me that you want to be a good person for me to even speak up and allow you into my energy enough to absorb the value I carry so that you can be a better person. Okay? It all starts with me. So regardless. So if that's the case, and I'm not going to speak to you unless I really cared, just be aware that the divine is very similar to that. They're not going to speak up to you even through another vessel unless they really cared about your development. Yes, it might not be the way that you want it to be stated to you. You may not like that person, or you may have wanted to impress that person, and that's the one that's telling you. But I'm telling you, that person you're trying to impress, the fact that they offered you that information is impressive. Because if they didn't see anything in you, they would not offer you the information. They would not care enough to speak to you about it. They're probably watching everyone else do the same thing you're doing, but they spoke to you and assisted you in your endeavor so that you can skyrocket above whatever competition that's around you, or skyrocket above whoever your peers are, or whatever that you're involved in. Okay, So then we have look